I still haven't heard any single thing from anybody about anything. I mean, yes, I understand that, you know, High Lady Morrigan is gone. She's been taken away. She's who knows where with death, and everyone else is doing their own thing. But still, you think one person would come to see how things are going. You think Fang would come over and say hi and say hello, but no, he has to go do his own thing, and it's just, I'm getting worried. Okay, you know, is it possible I could be losing him as a friend? I don't know. I'm just sick and tired of not knowing anything. What do I want to do with my time today? I really don't know. I feel like I just want to go off and do something different for once, and just I'm feeling a bit lost as all. And with the ball coming up, there's just so many things to take care of. It's just why does life have to be so complicated all of the time? I don't have anything in these books that inspires me to do anything interesting today. You know, there's own notes and things. I wonder how Night Pink's doing with that whole investigations into the old kingdom sort of thing that she was talking about the other day. I have no idea. Oh, you know, I forgot about these. This was a gift I got randomly 5 years ago or so, and someone had given it to me and said, you know, if you drink this, things might happen, and you might do strange nonsense, but maybe I just need to, I don't know, live a little or something. I don't know, just... Here, let's do a symbolic anime boy moment. We can go outside and we can stare out into the moonlight, and... Was the moon is behind that cloud? I think so. It's just very faint. But perhaps somehow, sometime, we will get some answer from Fang and actually have a moment where we can think to ourselves. I don't know, but either way, let's just have some... Let's do a few things a bit differently today. I'm feeling something spicy. Okay. Let's go on an adventure. You know what? I think that'd be good for us. Let's go on an adventure, and let's see what sorts of things we can do, so we can get our mind off of Fang, off of everything that we have to do, all our duties and everything, just all that. Let's see, where can we go? Don't really want to go anywhere here. The Elven Kingdom's all tried and true, the same sort of stuff, and everyone's sort of doing their own thing. We don't really go into the kingdom. We've been there often enough to see Hazel, and I don't really want to take care of her today. I'm not necessarily in the mood. We could go visit the Saris, perhaps. No, I don't really want to see them either. There's the Mermaid Kingdom. I haven't been here well, I have been here actually quite a few times when we're talking about. But I mean, like, the kingdom part. I've not really been to the kingdom part in a long time. Maybe I could try going there? I don't know. My brain doesn't want to think right now. I just need to go somewhere and do something different on my mind. Alright, let's just do something. I don't know. Maybe we can see if Marina's around. We can ask her for some advice or something. Anything. Just something to get my mind off of... just, why? Why does things be so complicated all the time? Why does life have to be... I can't even express in words exactly how I'm feeling, but just, okay. Let's see, is Marina in the castle? No, she is not. Okay, well that's, I guess, to be expected then. Well, then I suppose we'll just have to go around. Is that, oh, that's a picture of her and Anthony. I haven't seen that in a really long time. It's so cool to see it here, though. I miss him too. Oh, why have so many tragic things had to happen in the last 5 years? It's just, ugh. Memories aren't the same anymore. It's so weird. Oh, you know, I haven't been back here in a very long time, actually. Have they gotten anything new inside of the kingdom? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see here. They've got bits and pots, cauldrons galore. Is this like a shop back here? This is not a shop. This is actually empty. My goodness, then they still have not added anything there then. Blue East Tavern. I don't know if I've ever been here before. Let's see. Come inside and see what's going on.
Customer. Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome to Blue's Tavern. How may I be of assistance?
I I don't. I'm looking for something that can. Well, I guess to be honest, I'm just lost. Is all really. I was coming by. I really just stopped by because I have never been here before. I've been here to a few kingdoms a few times. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. My mind's had a lot of things on it lately, and I just need something to take my mind off of it. Really.
I see what you mean. Don't worry. At Bluey's Tavern, we have everything to take people's minds off stuff. Let me just quickly pour you a glass, and here we are.
Oh.
Alright, this is a different type of beer. Oh, it's just gone above your head.
Oh, no worries. I'll get it. Where's it? Oh, where'd it go? I can't. I feel like I'm already slightly inebriated. I had a bit of something before. Oh, it's over here. It's swim all the way over to this side. My goodness. I got it. Okay.
It's my own blend of beer.
Oh, okay. What's in it?
You know, just it's the usual light beers, but I make sure that it's the proper best parts of ingredients.
Okay. I will say I'm not usually too much into, beer exactly. I tend to be more of a wine drinker. Is there anything you'd suggest about this that would make it more palatable? I think.
Well, I'd say like you could be a wine drinker, yes, but with sort of like my beers that I have crafted over the years, I've made sure that it's not as starchy as other beers can tend to be. I've made sure it's more easy to go down.
I see. Well, you know what? I am committing to something different today, so you know what? I'm just gonna drink it up and. Okay. That'll be my second today. Lovely. Cool. Well, I suppose I didn't really properly introduce myself. Hello. My name is Chancellor Kan'o. I'm from the Elven Kingdom.
Oh, the Elven Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, I went there once. Well, only once. Didn't hear much about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's just a lot of people that day. But
Fair.
I'm the bartender at the Mermaid Kingdom, and my name's Baird.
Oh, Baird. Okay, I have heard of you. Marina mentioned you to me, I think, at least one time. Princess Marina. She and I are decently close. Her husband, her now former husband, he passed away. Used to be one of my heirs in the kingdom that I took care of. So we got to know each other pretty well.
Yeah, kind of know about that, which is sad.
Very.
But, yeah, not many people know about me because I rarely leave this kingdom. I've only left it once since arriving.
That's fair. I mean, there's a lot of other kingdoms out there to keep track of. I can understand why you might not want to leave here. But, you know, there's a lot of pretty sights, too. Like, I know the Winter Kingdom's really gorgeous this time of year, and the Seraphs have a nice kingdom as well. I know the one concern for you mermaids is that you have to have conduits or water breathing to be able to go around places without drowning in the air.
Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble with that sometimes when I was having a tour of your kingdom.
Oh, yes. No, exactly. There's not a lot of there's some places that have conduits and others that don't. So, I get it.
But notice that obviously with the way you're sort of acting, you're not acting as usually people do when they enter a tavern. You seem to have something on your mind.
Well, as I said, I'm sort of trying to keep myself from thinking about some things lately. There's just been a lot going on, and I don't want to trouble a stranger with things that might not concern you.
Come on. I'm a bartender, you know. Bartenders, we always usually get into conversations with customers, and you know, we always, it's like we're therapists, but not really therapists. We just sort of listen to people's conversations. The time passes by and they get more drunk.
Ah, I see. Well then, you know what? Just for the, well, for the sake of it, could I have another?
Oh yeah, sure. Just do and head out.
I think I might need some of this to get my lips flowing a little more. Now I know what I need to do, though. All right. Bottoms up. More time. Okay, all right. I think I'm starting to feel it now. Okay. Well, I suppose. Let's start with. I guess something I can begin to talk about is, you know, Lord Anthony, for example, as you were talking about earlier, was Marina's former husband. He passed away because of, you've probably heard a lot about it, but death was not originally here. Death is a recent thing with all the famine of crops and other things, and well, Anthony was, I believe, sacrificed in order to try and bring death back by the lawkeeper, which is something that's still really, really sad to this day. You know, he didn't see it coming.
Disease really it's having an effect on everyone's well-being, especially this tavern. Obviously, minimal ingredients with the disease going around. You know, we can't make as much as we want to.
Right. No, exactly. So it's just a different sort of circumstance. The Elven Kingdom's been facing it a lot too. Our gardens aren't necessarily as lush as they used to be, and we have to spend a lot more time working on our crops. We've got a skeleton spawner, fortunately, so we get plenty of bone meal to take care of things if we need it, but otherwise it's a lot of manual labor and a lot of work, and it's been really exhausting. I don't even have to do the work with it. I get to sit in the castle, and I have my own stash of food that I've maintained over the years, and so I'm not pressed for anything. But you know, the castle's just not been the same since Anthony was gone, and it's been hard. I've been worried because I don't have many friends, if I'm being honest, and because of that, the people who I am close to matter a lot to me. And so when Anthony was gone, it basically was one less person I could spend time with who cared. So it's been hard without him here.
See, I'm guessing it must be due to your, trust issues. I'm guessing.
I mean, yeah, I've trust issues to an extent, but it's not for the reasons you might expect. What was it? Maybe about five years ago or so, around the same time that the sacrifice happened, I found out that the captain of the guards in the Elven Kingdom had been secretly giving information of ours to a known person who is looking to get rid of the crown, in essence, or take over the crown in the kingdom. And I, since then, have been much more distrusting of quite literally everyone, because I don't want that sort of thing to, I don't know, get past my guard again. I really thought that something I could trust, and then it ended up not being anything I could trust.
I can see, like, your problem. Whilst it is good that obviously you're keeping yourself close to a certain group of people, I will say that you will need to broaden your sort of like reaches with other people, because there could be times where you need help and the people that you trust the most aren't there to help you. Like, you need to make sure that there are other people out there who can also help watch your back, as you can help watch their back. As a Chancellor, it's your job to make sure that you have good relations with all the other kingdoms.
Right.
And by keeping yourself closed, you're closing yourself from the other kingdoms and surrounding yourself in sort of like a little bubble.
Well,
So you need to find ways to be able to reach out of that bubble and be able to reconnect with all the other kingdoms.
I mean, I do hear what you're saying, but I mean, I've been getting better over the last few years. I mean, like I said, Marina and I have gotten a lot closer too because of Anthony's passing, and I've had to step up and just be more present in her life. And I even spoke with the Seraphs the other day. We had a secret surprise party for Marina. It was held by one of the winter heirs, Hazel, and she kind of drafted me into helping her. I spoke with them again, and I haven't reached out, but I certainly could reach out to Rain and Jonah and connect with them more. And I think I'm frustrated because the one person who I really wish I could see is not here, or has ghosted me, or just leave. He basically has just stopped talking to me, and I don't know why. And I'm worried that the Nether Princess is holding him back from getting to talk to me because she wants to try and keep our friendship apart. And I don't know what to do. And I'm mad because I have been getting better. I'm making better friends, but the one friend I want to see isn't here, and it's just. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to solve the problem. I don't know how to fix my sleep. I worry that I'm holding on to him too tightly, but at the same time I miss him very dearly, and I want him in my life. I think he means a lot to me, and the fact that he was gone for like 3 years, and then when he comes back, he doesn't bother to say anything to me, and it's just. I worry that it's because he doesn't like me anymore, or things have changed, and I thought we were close. I thought we were more than friends, but then he just goes and does his own thing, and I want to speak words with him, but I don't know what to say, and I don't know how to approach it, and I just.
My best advice for you there is sorry about that. My best advice for you there is to be able to first be able to reach out to him and see if you can go out and do something together. And whilst you're doing that thing together, make sure to have a chat with him, see why he's not, been communicating with you as much, see why he hasn't been seeing you as much, why there's this distance between you currently after being gone for so many years, Because if you feel this way, then it's best to talk to him about these sort of like issues and feelings that you're having. It's best to do it sooner rather than later, as otherwise you're going to have that feeling of he's trying to hate you or being closed away from you.
Right, and I know, the problem is I've tried reaching out to him. I wrote him a letter and I never got anything back, and I tried reaching out to High Lady Morrigan about this whole thing, and then she didn't get back, and I really am worried that perhaps he doesn't actually want to see me or doesn't want to talk with me, and he's in essence just left me all alone, and I'm just really worried about things.
Well, maybe he's just, obviously trying to get back to his being gone for so many years. Maybe he's just, trying to get back to a realization, and get things moving again. Maybe he's just got stuff on his plate that he hasn't been able to communicate to you as much. But if you feel this way, it would be best to make sure that if there is someone that is being very close to him, to relay a message to him to say how you feel this way and that you want to speak to him. I mean, I myself have feelings. There's a person who I've been talking to a lot recently, and I've been getting random sort of like bodily feelings to this person. I don't understand what they mean. Like, I can't say full sentences in front of them, and my head goes sort of like lightheaded, and my stomach feels all like queasy, and I don't understand what those feelings mean.
Well, as someone who's had those feelings before, often they have to do with, either they could be a symptom of fear or anxiety. But I'm assuming in this context that perhaps you are feeling some form of attraction to somebody else. And
Attraction. What do you mean by that?
well, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I mean, how this might be getting too deep, but we're friends now, right? We're talking. So I mean, how exactly were you conceived? Were you conceived by a mother mermaid and a father mermaid meeting together and then having a child who was you?
Yes.
Okay, and obviously, in order to do that, they probably had to have some sort of romantic sort of feelings toward each other, right?
You're saying I have romantic feelings for the princess?
What? You have it? Oh, I mean, maybe. It's possible, depending on how you're feeling. I mean, when you get up to her, are you feeling more... Is it more like you're scared, or you feel more flustered?
I don't know. It's like... I try and think straight, and I can't, and like
when you look into her eyes, do you stop thinking about what you were thinking previously, and you just can't help but wonder, wow, those eyes are really beautiful?
Yeah.
And then when you're hanging around her, you find yourself wanting to spend more and more time with her, even when she has other things she has to do.
Yeah, she's always on my mind. I didn't think that could be that.
I mean, there are times when that can be more platonic than romantic, I will say, but typically, if those are the feelings that your body's giving you, then it often has something to do perhaps with that being something a little more than just a desire for closeness. I mean, even with my friendship with Fang, for example, we've joked about how it's like, it'd be nice sometimes if we hung out more, and we could sleep in bed together and just have a nice time. But we're usually joking about it and don't usually mean it all that seriously. And I mean, I broke the pot. Where did it go? Thank you. But just when you have those sorts of emotions, sometimes they drive you to do things physically that you would not normally want to do. I mean, so if when you're around Marina, you find yourself, feeling those things in that way, then that could be a symptom of it, perhaps. But I
mean, just come on, look at me. I mean, come on, she's a royal, like, a commoner like me can't feel that way to her. That's she has to have standards, and
I mean, you'd be surprised. Marina has spent a lot of time with a lot of people. I mean, she has a girlfriend, she's got a husband, she has all sorts of things, and she's perfectly fine.
Exactly, she didn't have time for someone like me.
Well, I think if anything, unfortunately for both of us, or maybe fortunately for you, Marina has more than enough time to do the things that she wants to. And so I would say, if you are starting to feel like this, the fact that I said it that way and you acting this way seems to like it's resonated with the chord. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. But I'm simply saying that if it really is indeed something romantic, then just be honest with her about it and see what her honest response is. If she feels similarly to you, Marina will tell you. And if she doesn't, then she'll be honest too. And then you can figure out what you want to do with that. If whether you want to say, oh, yes, I like you, or perhaps you realize that maybe that's not the relationship you're looking for, and those are just feelings that you have.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know how I would be approach her about it. Like, I can't think.
Well, okay, then let me do some thinking for you. I've thought about this many times. In fact, some fun fact about me is that I used to have feelings for the old elven princess. We grew up together, and we spent all this time in the kingdom. We were in classes and did all this stuff. It was a good time, and I really, really liked her. I thought she was beautiful, wonderful. She was so kind, and she would do all these different things. And so I really, really wanted to marry her. And then I never told her because I prioritized my job. I made sure my duties were in place. And then she never knew that I liked her that way. And she decided to go and abandon the Elven Kingdom and go live in a village and go marry some hot villager that was there, some human of some sort, and some commoner, I think. Actually, it may have been human. Maybe it's been a common person. And then she died because raiders went and killed her. And then she never knew that I felt that way about her. And I dealt with that guilt for many, 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 many years. And only recently I've gotten over that guilt because, there's nothing I could have done about it. Even if I wanted to, it wasn't my choice. And so, all I'll say is even if you don't know exactly what you want, then just go for it. Time is only so much. And yes, and I mean, for you, time is probably more of consequence because Marina's immortal, so she could live for as long as she wants, but you won't. And so, what if something happens to you? What if you lose your tail and you can't swim around anymore, or like your hair gets cut off and then you have to go get it done at a salon or something? I don't know. Just you never want to be in a spot where you're thinking to yourself that you've regretted a choice you've made because you weren't able to tell someone something that was important. And again, it might just be that you've got feelings and you don't really know if you feel that way about her, but if you talk with her about it, then you can make sure you both are on the same page regardless. You know what I mean?
I guess. I just didn't think it. Did they just meant that?
You talk to her a lot?
I talk to her regularly, yes, and it's the same feelings every time.
Okay.
And when I'm not around her, I can't stop thinking about her.
Mm-hmm. It's not some sort of creepy yandere type thing, right?
What?
Have you read those stories, those creative stories where it's about some person who's like, I love you so much that I'd kill to have you. Have you ever read those stories before?
No. God, no.
Okay, good, because I've read a few of them, and they're not terribly great. They're all very strange. So as long as you're not feeling that, then you have one less thing you have to worry about. I would just say, if you're that worried about talking about with her, then find a different way to process your feelings. Maybe go and use a mannequin stand-in to talk about it with, and just sort your feelings out, get them out in the air, or just if you know the feelings are one thing but you don't want to address them, like if you feel this way but you don't really want to pursue that feeling, then that's also okay. You don't have to. There's no pressure. I'm just saying that if it's something you want to do, don't hesitate.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I guess we're both in similar boats.
I guess so. I mean, it's hard because I don't know how I feel about Fang. I feel like there have been so many times where I tell myself, no, we're just friends. We just care about each other that way because we've known each other for so long. But then I think about all the people I know in my life, and there's only one person. I mean, he's been gone for 3 years, and there hasn't been a day when I've not thought about him and hoped that he was okay. And even before then, I got really, really mad when Princess Morgan had him become her advisor because it meant that I wouldn't get to see him nearly as much, and I miss having my friend around, and I've realized how much it's affected my own mental state when I don't see him. And I don't know how I feel about him. Do I love him in more than just a friendship way, or do I just really, really, really care about him? I don't know. It's like a bromance. You have those friends that you just have that, you would kiss them on the lips if you could, but you wouldn't want to, like, mess around with them somewhere else, and you might joke about it, but you never would. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sort of.
Maybe it's more of an elven thing. I don't know. But anyways, I agree. I think we're in very similar boats, and I would just encourage you that, as you told me, it's important to find a way to talk with that person openly about the things you're going through. And if Princess Marina matters that much to you, then talk to her about it. Make sure she knows that that's how you feel, because otherwise you're going to suppress that all in your head, and then it's going to stay there. And I will say, as someone again who didn't tell someone, it meant that our relationship never grew. I always was just watching her from the sidelines, and she never got closer to me. And if I had told her, then my life could be very different now. Not that I regret it. I mean, I like my life as it is, but who knows what would have changed?
Yeah, that's why I should probably talk to her.
I think so. And Marina, she is she's very bold, and she won't hesitate in telling you something if she thinks a certain way. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Well, no, she has a full set of hair.
She does indeed have a full set of hair, yes. It's very nice hair.
Yes, she's not bold. I don't know why.
No, bold. As in B-O-L-D, not bald.
Oh.
Yes.
I see.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Maybe I think my pronunciation might be slurring a little bit with all the drinks we've had, so that's my apologies.
It's alright.
Yeah, you're really easy to talk to, though. I didn't realize that. Maybe you are really good at this job. How long have you been a bartender for?
For as long as I can remember. I mean, my family, we've never been a very rich family or even middle class. We've always been poor, and well, I always thought that it was my duty to care for them, and what little money we had, I decided to spend on buying ingredients that I thought that I could do, and making beer, and started selling it to passive buyers who would sail on their boats, and I would sell it to them. And that's what I did for many years, and then I got the invitation from the princess, and I've become bartender at the kingdom.
Getcha. Well, I mean, it certainly is a good role to have. I know the Nether Kingdom also has a bartender. I think his name is Dan. He's an interesting fellow. He's sort of a bit of a... I'll call him a weasel. He reminds me of a weasel, though. He's got that sort of, like, vibe about him.
Yeah, bartendering is quite the job.
Yes, no, it is. But, I am sure a very handsome lad like yourself can manage it quite well.
I wouldn't describe myself as handsome.
Oh, yes, you are. Look at you got such nice hair. Your eyes are so evenly split across your face. You're quite nice. So I do think it's quite interesting that your tail does not match your shirt. It's like a slightly off shade of brown as compared to the red of your shirt or your vest.
It matches my trousers when I exit the water.
I see. That makes a lot more sense then. So then if I see you out of the water, it'd make more sense than in the water. I get it. That makes a lot more sense. Otherwise, you'd be wearing a jumpsuit, I guess, which would be quite funny.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but yeah.
Well, it's sort of like it's like a one-piece outfit that you wear that just goes up in one color. It kind of looks like, you know, like if you dressed a baby in an outfit, it's almost like that, but for adults.
Oh, I see.
It's a very old style. Nothing I'd see on people nowadays very much, so it's a good thing you're not wearing it.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I definitely think that if you wish to talk with Marina about it, she will appreciate it. And, you know, you can use your skills. If you're a people person as a bartender, then it shouldn't be too hard, right? You just go talk to her like you're talking to me, you know. And then I'm pretty approachable, right?
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
Most certainly do it, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I can do it, I can... Yeah. Yeah, I can,
Sounding hesitant. You're talking yourself out of it already. I can see it in your eyes. No, do it. You should do it. And if you're worried, write a letter. You know, you can write her a letter, and if you want to talk about it, you can bring it with you. And if you're worried you're going to stutter, then just read the letter out.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Sorry, my brain's getting in a bit of fog at the moment. Yeah. No, what was I even worried about? I don't know. Yeah, you're very nice.
Yeah, and, you're quite nice as well,
Thank you.
Chancellor Kan'o.
I appreciate it. Baird? Baird?
Baird.
Baird. Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, I must be honest, I don't know if I have any more tolerance left in me for another beverage at this point. How much do I owe you for the drinks?
I currently don't have a price for them.
All right. Then, well, here's your mugs back, by the way. First of all, you can have those back for future drinks if you'd like. And then I've got some golden apples on me. I don't have any actual money, but you can have some of these if that would be helpful to you. They're very good for holding on to things. They're both probably worth as much as a few gold pieces, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's usually mermaids in here, so it's usually have a price on the beer. That's why.
That makes sense. Well, you know, I want to support a business like yours. You know, I think you'd be a very good person to have in every kingdom.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Of course. Well, then I think I will probably get going. I don't want to hold up much more of your time, and you know, it might be good for me to sleep off some of this alcohol. I'm starting to feel a bit more in my system. But I think with what you said, I think I'm going to try and talk with Fang sooner rather than later, and see how we can sort through our feelings about each other.
Yeah, and, I think after what we talked about, I will try and talk to Marina about my feelings.
Good. And then, you know, maybe like next week or sometime, or some other week, or some other time I can come by and I can ask you how it went, and we can share each other's stories.
Yeah, I think that sounds great.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you, Baird. Let me just come over here and hug you, and thank you. Thank you for the time. It was great. All right, okay. All right, I'm gonna get going if I can. Let's get past these. Okay. All right.
Kind of a lightweight.
What do you mean? I don't drink very much, and this feels heavier than what I usually go. Elven wine's a lot less. Yeah,
but it takes me about 16 before I get to your state.
Oh wow, that's impressive. I think it's more just I don't drink very much, so it's just different sort of thing. Anyways, have a nice rest of your day, and then we will talk more soon.
Yeah, you have a nice rest of the day as well.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna go here, and then out the door, and then close it, and there we go. All right. I probably should just waste stone back. It'd be easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Go there. Warp stone. back to the... Let's go to the vault. Okay. Right. Oh. Oh, my brain. Oh, that water pressure. Okay. What am I doing? I need to go back upstairs. Okay. Just make our way up. Oh, there's a bell. Bell. That's a fun bell, actually. Didn't realize we had bells down here. Very nice. Why is there a bell down there? There's no other bells. Why is there... I'll have to ask Annabelle about that later. Okay. Well, let's go up the stairs, and then we can take care of things there, and then I will take a nap, and then we will confront Fang. I think will be the plan of action. Just go about our business and get up the stairs if I can. Just take my time going up and then over, and then up and over, and then up the door opened. Okay, good. All right, lovely. Okay, I think everything is good. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm going to take a nap now. Thank you for your time. All right, just going to go here and then just...